Happy Devil's Friday. This is The Woo Report. The Woo Report. Episode 463. Titled Jack Hughes out with non-hockey hand injury. As we're coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker, an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. Is this a joke? That's what I want to ask the audience. I want to get your reaction. Is this a joke? You know how press releases and announcements come on a Friday afternoon when no one's looking? Obviously, the team dinner was yesterday. And all day. Last night. And all day. We all felt good about these New Jersey Devils. Maybe we've gone over the hump. Maybe we're not going to be the laughing stocks after all. Maybe the Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment Group, maybe they know how to win. Even though the Cleveland Guardians, they've got players, charged for illegal gambling and, injuries galore amongst all their teams. Jaden Daniels, his arm turned all around. But at least it was during the game. That Embiid guy, he's always hurt. And we've talked about Jack Hughes and, the word fragile comes to mind and all this. But you gotta be kidding me. Tom sent me that text, the link, and obviously it's real because it's coming from the New Jersey Devils. I mean, at first I'm like, is this an April Fool's? Did their account got hacked? But how do you get injured, allegedly? How do you get injured at a team dinner? Some will call it a freak accident. I get it, but not since Brian Leetch, years ago, Brian Leetch of the New York Rangers played a game. I think he had a pretty good game. And when he came home, he slipped on the ice and fell, and then he was out for, a couple months with a broken leg. I mean, I'm reading your comments, and I'm going to read all these comments. But, are you freaking kidding me? Now you're going to get hurt over this? And I'm sure Jack Hughes feels bad. I'm sure, but I've said this all along. And I'm not saying this would have prevented, but stop with all this nonsense. How do you get injured during a team dinner? I want to know. Do we need to have a 6-foot rule around Jack Hughes so he doesn't get hurt? And he was just getting started, folks. We even have a song, Jack Hughes on Fire, paying tribute to Jack Hughes. More injuries for the New Jersey Devils. But this one's different, folks. This one is different. I mean, we got to keep Jack Hughes happy and healthy. And if we need to spoon feed him at dinner so he doesn't get hurt, let's do it. And now there's all the speculation. Well, how did he hurt his hand? Did he fall? Did he cut himself with a knife? But of course, the announcement on a Friday afternoon when no one's looking, well, we're definitely looking right now. And at dinner, You know, they actually posted that picture of everybody at dinner, all holly jolly. Was there drinking involved? Was it too much drinking? I mean, I think the public and I think Devils fans are owed an explanation. I want full transparency. I want full transparency of what happened. Because we all have a vested interest in this team called the New Jersey Devils. Whether you're a season ticket holder, whether you're a partial season ticket holder, whether you're a fan of the team, you've got a vested interest in this team, an emotional interest. And for something this stupid, I want to know what exactly happened. You've got to be kidding me. Tom's laying it out right now. Now you have Jack hurt. Dougie's been hurt. Kovacevic, he's been hurt for a while. Glass, no pun intended, is hurt. Downtown Connor Brown's hurt. Danilov's hurt. Super Zach McEwen is hurt. Pesci's hurt. Practically the whole team is hurt. And this is a non-hockey hand injury. I can't take it anymore. What next? Is the team jinxed? Joe 3 Mama 235. Did he just want to rest of the road trip off or something? But it's now I'm having second thoughts. Do I even want transparency? But at least maybe they are being transparent with a non-hockey hand injury. It's better than the, upper body injury. They could have swept it on the rub, but out with a non-hockey hand injury. And again, some say it happened at dinner. I don't know. So Max sent me, per Elliot Friedman regarding Jack Hughes. It's an incredibly unfortunate story, but word came that Jack Hughes suffered a hand injury while at a team dinner Thursday night. Okay, so that's confirmed. I would say if that's come from Elliot Friedman, it's good as gold. Exact details are unknown at this time, but it's believed he slipped and cut his hand in what multiple sources are calling a fluke accident. He is not expected to play Saturday against Washington, but the exact timeline is not yet unknown. And that's what's killing me. That's what's killing us, the unknown. Because now all of us are going to be speculating. Everyone's thinking the worst right now. Because Jack Hughes' history of injuries has not been good. Oh my goodness, says they can't very well come out and say he was hammered and thought his hand was a ribeye. Can they? Well, according to this, that he slipped and cut his hand. Was there alcohol involved? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Max says he definitely lost a finger, LMAO. Jack Bubble Boy Hughes, says Tom. You can't make this stuff up. For years I used to tell the stupid story about Brian Leach, how, an ice hockey player comes home and slips on the ice and then he's out for a couple months. That's pretty funny, Devil Down Under from Australia. He wouldn't have needed a knife if he just ordered the salad. But Jack needs more beef, though. Select the voice say, how? Like, how did he slip and cut his hand? I don't know. I mean, I've done stupid things before. I'm pretty clumsy, Mrs. Wu can attest to it. You know, although sometimes I'm pretty fast on my feet, but I can be a little clumsy. And how severe is this cut? Were tendons cut? We don't know. We don't know. Hopefully it's just stitches. Hopefully it's a nothing burger. He's out for, I mean, we've heard stupid stories of Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. He hurt his finger with French doors, apparently closed on his fingers. We've heard of dumb stories before. You know, player picks up his kid and then somehow he has a, herniated disc. It happens. Why now? Tom, are you joking around? Are you guys joking around in the YouTube live? I'm not going to say anything. I don't know if you guys are joking around about Nemitz. But anyway, but you know what? So far, this team has stepped up with all these injuries, but the core four had remained intact. Tom says, yes, absolutely joking. All right. Because it does happen. But yeah, it's... I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like you sit there like, am I really doing a Woo report on this? But the Devils are going to have to figure it out when they play the Washington Capitals on Saturday. I'm seeing everybody joking around in the YouTube live. Sometimes I don't know what's true and what's not. That's why I have to be very careful what I say on air. But, jeez. But it's like what Selected Boy says. At this point, you just have to joke about it. That's all we can do. To numb the pain that we don't have Jack Hughes for at least one game. Can he come back against Tampa or Florida? And, if it is a cut, you hope there's no infection. That's when it gets worse. Wow. I don't know. But hey, we have Andre Palat. He's still on the team. Just jokes. But if you haven't heard, those are tuning in right now. Jack Hughes is out with a non-hockey hand-related injury for Elliot Friedman. It's incredibly unfortunate story, but word came Friday that Jack Hughes suffered a hand injury while at the team dinner Thursday night. Exact details are unknown at this time, but it's believed that he slipped and cut his hand in what multiple sources are calling a fluke accident. He is not expected to play against Washington, but the exact timeline is not yet known. I wonder if the odds makers are going to change the odds of the Washington Capitals game and Devils. Aiden Ruckin 761. Woo, what do you think is the deal with the center depth? Well, you know what? We could use Logan Cooley in this situation. How about that? There's my point exactly. Joey says Vinny Parisi is rumored to be on the IR too. Pulled hammy, leaving his car from an emergency podcast. With HIPAA laws, I can't disclose any information about Vinny Parisi. You're just gonna have to find out on Game Day Live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now everybody's making up injuries. But Jack Hughes, like, I just can't take it anymore. I'm sure Jack can't take it anymore either. I mean, it's got to suck for him, all kidding aside. But the Devils are going to have to find a way. Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier, whoever's left has to step it up. Maybe they should double shift Nemec. Put him on the first line and have him be on the first pairing as well. Double shift him. He's been scoring goals for your New Jersey Devils. Yeah, that's the guy that steps it up when there's injuries, and that's Shimon Nemec. Tom's saying no morning woo tomorrow because I'm going to have a sore throat. You betcha I'm going to have a sore throat. Mercer back to center. Amenaho call up would be a move I'd like to see. Oh, my goodness. Joey B, Sam off the IR from straining his stomach after devouring a prime rib sandwich in club level. Don't forget the lobster tails as well. Big lobster fan. 75% of the roster will be in the NHL, but by players by 2026. Palat's like one of the few durable guys on this team. And already sent out the jersey to be stitched. But Jack Hughes out with a non-hockey hand injury. Oh my goodness. Time for Casey at forward. That's all. He's all that's left. Why not at this point? Why not? Don't forget the king crab legs. Oh, I love king crab legs. When I went to Alaska, that's what I devoured. King crab legs. And I was not ashamed of that either. Palat is a top 6 guy tomorrow night. Yeah, baby. Max says, ask the stitching company to take their time. We actually may need Palat here for a hot minute. Yeah, you know, maybe his stock will go up during this time. Not counting on it. But if you could get downtown Connor Brown back at some point, that will be helpful. Troy is asking me, Sam, what did we, the Devils fans, do to deserve this? You know, it used to be that, you know, during the mid-90s and 2000, like, it was like automatic. You didn't have to worry about anything. You were competitive. You were spoiled. Now, I feel like a New York Mets fan, which I am. Yeah, what did we do to deserve this? Do we need to go out and acquire Ty Smith to spot Jack Hughes so he doesn't get hurt off the ice? Tom says, I think I need a whiskey. Yeah, go to American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place across the street from Prudential Center next to Championship Plaza, the official home game bar of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Tom's like, I was going to nap after work, and now I'm so mad I can't. You should be mad. You're a season ticket holder, Tom. Stop it with this nonsense. And I've said this on this podcast before, and I'm not claiming this would have prevented injury. Freak accidents do happen. But limit the distractions on the off-the-ice stuff. I get it. You're trying to do the team bonding. I get it. But how is he getting hurt during team bonding sessions like dinner? That's what I want to know. Hire staff to handle silverware from here on out. How about use a plastic knife, Jack? Troy's right. Stevens would have wrapped anything broken and play anyway. Same with Ken Danico as well. Aiden says, I'm a season ticket holder too. I need answers. Been one for 13 years. We want answers. I don't care what the truth is. I don't care if the truth hurts. I just want to know if it was a freak accident. And I want this coming from the team and Jack. I don't want it coming from Elliot Friedman or all the pundits out there that have their sources. But I would like them to verify what they say. But I like to hear Jack Hughes and Tom Fitzgerald say, hey, this is exactly what happened. Jack slipped. There just happened to be a knife there. It was a total one of those one in a million things. You know, we feel bad about it. Sorry, but Jack will get better. I'd be cool with it. But I just don't like announcements on a Friday afternoon saying it's a non-hockey hand injury and then find out from insiders what exactly happened. No, I want to hear from Jack. I want to hear from Tom Fitzgerald. When you're a season ticket holder, you have a vested interest in this team. But first and foremost, Jack's health, in all seriousness, comes first. Then the explanation comes second. Dubzilla says exactly. The rumors are so stupid. This is so stupid. I almost didn't want to even do this podcast. I can't believe I'm wasting my time talking about a team dinner that Jack Hughes got hurt in. If Jack Hughes got hurt, like, you know, in the game or whatever, you know, okay, those things happen. It's just unlucky, whatever. But off the ice, now we have to be concerned about Jack Hughes? Oh my goodness, I hate to say it, but I think injury is not good. If it was a minor laceration, probably could just bandage it, but inside hockey, you know, his glove for protection. You know what? We're not Jack Hughes right now. And I feel bad he's in pain because it's got to be a lot of pain if he can't play hockey on Saturday. So obviously we need Jack Hughes to recover. And we want Jack Hughes, when he comes back, he's better than ever. But when you have the momentum, when you're a leading scorer of this team, one of the leading scorers of the New Jersey Devils that happens to be top 5 in the National Hockey League, you've built up all this momentum. It's snowballing. You're on a point streak, baby. You're looking good in overtime in the last 4 games. And now, all that you built up, all gone. All gone. We got to start over. We got to play without Jack because of this freak accident. It happens. I get it. But I want a better explanation than that. Even a statement from Jack. Whatever. Rich Nagy 2247 says, Devils should hire Ellen to come on the road with him and to keep cutting up his food on the road. But he slipped, though. He slipped. How did he slip? You know, hopefully alcohol was not involved. Hopefully it was just an accident. But still, when you're making $8 million AAV and rumors that your brother may be coming and your other brother's making $9 million and you're going to have a big fat contract after your big fat contract is over, and you're the franchise player, the face of the New Jersey Devils, maybe one day the face of the National Hockey League. New AI song for the pod, Jack the Knife. Well, according to Elliot Free, I got to reread this. Let's not assume you don't want to make an ass out of you and me. But I can see the headlines right now on all the message boards. Or maybe on the digital or even the newspapers. Jack ass. That's what it feels like. Jack ass. So dumb. So dumb. But let me get back to that. Let's see here. Exact details are unknown at this time, but it's believed he slipped and cut his hand in what multiple sources are calling a fluke accident. Was he doing backflips? Was he happy to see his brother at dinner and he was doing backflips? Remember what happened when Luke was drafted? Holy crap. Eric, maybe it's Eric. Absolutely something like that. The team shouldn't be able to just say he cut his hand. There should be some explanation as to what exactly happened. He slips, he cuts his hand, bad enough to play. I agree. I just don't like the optics of it. I'm not saying Jack cannot get hurt off the ice. It happens. I feel bad for him because nobody wants to be on the ice than Jack. Let's be realistic here. I'm sure it's not like Jack Hughes purposely did it. Just to milk, the Devils and not play. No, he's not that type of person. But what I will say is if you're going to come out with something this ridiculous, I want details. We deserve details. Tom says, I think Palat tripped him. Sam waited too long to get the jersey. Can you imagine if that happened? What exactly happened? I want your reaction. Alex Russo, 7517. Hate to say it, but it seems to be the writing on the wall with how often our team gets injured. Talented teams that won't go far because of it. I don't know. Looking at the Instagram Live, hello. Happy Devil's Friday to you. If you haven't heard, Jack Hughes out with a non-hockey hand injury. Did I wait too long? Don't blame me on Jack's hand injury that didn't happen on the ice. But what difference does it make? Maybe I'll just take this argument. What difference does it make? He's out. I don't care if he was out, got hurt on the ice or off the ice. He's still out. Only plastic cutlery for the team now. Just unbelievable. Oh, in other news from the New Jersey Devils, coming over the wire. Breaking news. We've placed forward downtown Connor Brown on injured reserve retro to 10/30/2025, and we have recalled forward Shane LaChance from Utica. He will meet the team in Washington, D.C. So basically, this is kind of a formality move here because downtown Connor Brown's been out, but they got to call somebody up anyway because Jack's hurt. Shane LaChance getting him a trade via last year. Looked good during the prospects. Looked good in training camp. Shane LaChance. Hey, you know what? I'm trying to make lemonade out of lemons right now. But downtown Connor Brown's on the IR officially. Retroactive to 10/30/2025. Devils recall Shane LaChance from Utica. They will meet with the team in Washington, D.C. for when the Devils take on the Washington Capitals. Felix says, now everything's fine. LaChance. BG Cheese says, you don't need to shout into the mic. It's a microphone. Yeah, but everybody's been complaining that my microphone's been too low lately. BG Cheese. But I'll whisper it. You know, how do I feel right now? Jack Hughes, drafted first overall in the NHL in 2019, came in the league with such hype, a generational player that just can't get away from the injury bug, whether it's on the ice and off the ice. A hand injury, a non-hockey hand injury. Will it derail his season? A season that the Devils are in first place. Downtown Connor Brown can't help. He's on injured reserve. Will the young kids fill in for a player that's irreplaceable? Shane LaChance has a chance, no pun intended. It's still early in the season. Now Jack is trending at number 3 on X right now. LOL, says Devil Dog 7. Oh, Jack. I'm never going to let you go, Jack. I'm never going to let you go. Come on, Jack. Just put a Band-Aid over it and just play. Oh. Felix says, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I'm a little ticked off. A little ticked off. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. You just got to sit here and take it. But if this team starts losing, and it's like a sinking ship with all these guys hurt, oh no. But winning will solve everything. That's all the Devils have to do to prevent the sinking ship down to the bottom of the Metropolitan Division. Tom says, is this the old Incredible Hulk song from TV show? I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch TV as a kid, according to Felix, which is true. Hockey is turning into the NBA, says Andrew. I don't know. I don't know, folks. This is what I do know. This sucks. And we've got to figure this thing out. All right, so we have Game Day Live tomorrow and Devils After Dark before and after the game. We also got the Morning Woo tomorrow morning. Triple header Saturday coming right back at you. And just remember about Operation Filibuster. Operation Filibuster, Sunday morning in the wee hours from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. We are going to filibuster and call in to WFAN, where our good friend of the podcast, Danielle McCartan, will be talking Devils hockey. She wants to talk Aaron Judge in there. I'm not sure she's confident us Devils fans monopolizing the phone lines. But we're going to talk Devils hockey and monopolize the number 1 New York radio station, sports radio station. We'll have more details tomorrow. We got to plan this out, organize our Operation Filibuster of WFAN in the wee hours of Sunday morning from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. But I want to thank all those tuning in, dropping the podcast in about 10 minutes for your afternoon commute. It's already 5:13 p.m. Eastern. I gotta figure out what to do for dinner. I forgot about dinner. It happens. I gotta feed myself. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to just eat myself into oblivion. But Jack Hughes out with the non-hockey hand injury. All right, I want to thank all those tuning in. Dropping the podcast in about 10 minutes. Feel better, Jack Hughes. Feel better, Jack. Till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go, Devils.